Okay, so as you guys know, for about the past 6 months to a year, I've been dealing with Roman Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy. And majority of the time, if I gotta be honest, I think that a lot of the conversations and the videos that I've been doing have been geared more towards what I don't like instead of geared towards what I do actually like and what I do respect about the Eastern Orthodox and the Roman Catholic churches. Now, before my Protestant friends begin to get nervous and think that I'm kind of going over into the dark side, and before my Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic friends believe that they're now swaying me over to their side, I just want you guys to just pump your brakes and let me explain why I am doing this particular video. My goal is to hopefully answer some of these questions that people may have, whether they're of the high church or whether they're a part of the Protestant churches. So therefore we can get a fair and balanced assessment on what each side actually teaches. Now, originally I was going to make this video talking about the 5 things that I actually dislike about Eastern Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism. But my mom always told me, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. So therefore, in this video, I want to start out talking about the 5 things that I actually do like about Eastern Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism. And then after this video, I'm going to make 5 things that I dislike about Eastern Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism. And this is not me trying to throw shade on those two particular churches, or even, let's just say, non-Protestant churches in general. Or I'm not trying to say that people should be Protestant because of these things. I'm just out here trying to give an honest opinion on where I stand when it comes to Protestantism and people who are not in Protestantism. All right, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right, so the first thing that I do like about high churches is that we can't lie. They have some very beautiful cathedrals and churches. And I think that that is important as Christians to make sure that we're giving our all to God, right? Like, I'm the type of guy that if I'm going to go to a church or if I'm going to spend time on a Sunday, I want a place that feels like when I walk into it, I'm disconnected from the world. So therefore, I can continue to place my undivided attention on God and worshiping Him and Him alone. And if I got to be honest, I think that you don't really see that too much in Protestantism. And I'm not saying that Protestant churches should be like Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches and start building these really big buildings and these mega facilities like we see with some of the prosperity, charismatic mega churches. I'm not saying that we should all be doing that, but I do believe that if I had to make a distinction from the Protestant and the high churches, that there is a clear distinction on the presentation of our churches. Protestants, it doesn't seem like that we really put too much emphasis on our churches and the aesthetics of it. So that would be number one of the things that I do like about the high churches. The second thing that I do like about the high churches, especially Roman Catholics and Eastern Orthodox, is that they have done a really good job, and you guys can debate me on it. You can argue with me on this. They have preserved church history and a lot of the writings that we have today. There's just no debate on that, and I know that some people are probably going to be upset with me, especially on the Protestant side, but if I got to be honest, they have, the good, the bad, and the ugly. They've preserved all of those writings and they've passed it down from generation to generation. I think that is quite amazing that we have writings that go all the way back to like the 1st century, and we have writings of early church fathers, just decades after the time of Jesus and the apostles. Now, I'm not saying that Protestants don't really partake in the church history the way that Eastern Orthodox and the Roman Catholics do, but I would say it's not as emphasized and is not as preserved as those in the Eastern Orthodox and the Roman Catholic Church. So that is the second thing that I really, really do like and I do respect about Eastern Orthodox and the Roman Catholic Church. All right, so the third thing that I do like about the high church is that they are very organized. And not saying that Protestant churches are not organized, but let's just be honest. Protestant churches are not as organized as Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches. And one of the things that is continuously brought up to me is that if you walk into one particular church, one of the high churches, they all basically fit the same model. And full disclaimer, I haven't been to any any Eastern Orthodox or Roman Catholic church. But one of the things that people who do attend those churches tell me is that if I'm here in Georgia and then I decide to take a vacation in California and I do go to one of those churches on any given Sunday, the way that they conduct themselves in the church, the liturgy, the style of dress, the way that they carry out their services, it's all going to follow the same model. And to be honest, I wish that was true of Protestant churches, because there's been times where I've been in other cities and states and I've been wanting to go to Bible studies like on a Wednesday or a Thursday night or something. And I'll see a few churches that's in the area that I want to attend, but I'm like going through their statement of faith and I'm pulling up YouTube videos and I want to see what the pastor has said. I want to see what their position is on certain things, because I don't want to end up walking there and listening to the pastor talk for about 5-10 minutes to realize that, I don't think that I should be here. They're teaching something that I don't fully agree with. So I will say that that's another thing that I do respect about Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic churches. All right, so number 4, I think that this is a little subjective. Some people may agree with me, some people may disagree, is that I like the church attire, to a certain degree, okay? Now, I don't want to get too carried away, but I'm not going to lie. They really put a lot into the church attire. I'm talking about the priests and the deacons and the bishops and all of them, the style of clothes that they wear, because it lets you know that when you walk into the church, it shows the distinction between the magisterium and the laity. And I think that whenever you walk into a church and you do see the pastor, and I think that when a person walks into a church and they do see their pastor or their bishop or their priest dressed distinct from the laity seems to give a little bit more reverence, or they're more apt to take that pastor or that priest or that bishop more serious than they would some of these Protestant churches, especially the mega churches, seeker-friendly churches, where you'll have a pastor where he's dressed up and, he has on sneakers and, he has his hair dyed and he really has this pop culture Christian persona. And I think that this is one of the reasons why when we look at mega churches or your modern contemporary Christian church, it seems that there is no power and no one really takes the faith serious, because the pastor is too much like one of them. The only difference is that he gets to get up and talk for 25 minutes on a microphone while you're not able to do so. So I would say that that's kind of like, the 4th thing that I do like about the high churches. Now, the 5th thing that I do like about high churches is that they are really serious about catechizing the members. Like a Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox church, you can't just walk in there and just say, hey, I'm a member, or I just go to this church and, when it's all good, I can take my doctrine or I can take my ideology and theology and I can sit here amongst the people and believe what I want Sunday after Sunday or week after week, and it's just going to be all good. It's like, no, and they're going to take their time to make sure that you fully understand what you're getting yourself into. And they actually take the time to disciple and to sit down with you and to kind of pick your brain, just from what I heard, to make sure that you fully understand what they believe and what their churches stand for. And I think that that's so important. And quite frankly, I think that this is where Protestant churches are failing, because just about any given Sunday, a person can go walk into a Protestant church. And I've seen cases, to be honest, where people have gone to some of these Protestant churches. They've gone there for years, maybe have met the pastor once or twice. And when you talk to these people outside of church and you listen to some of the things that they believe, and I'm like, well, if you're a person who goes to church every Sunday and you believe in some strange doctrine, which we've known that has been heresy for the past 1,000 years or so, you begin to wonder, well, what is that pastor teaching? Or what do other people in that particular church believe? And I do believe that this is a growing problem within the Protestant church. And once again, I'm not trying to broad brush all Protestant churches, but again, I'm just trying to be honest, because I do think and I do realize that we do have a lot of problems. And some of these things have to be talked about. And I'm hoping that by me doing this video, this would get a lot of Protestants thinking about maybe there should be another Reformation. Maybe we need to start marking and avoiding people. Maybe another 95 Thesis need to go on. Maybe I'm going to be that guy. Who knows? I could be the next Martin Luther that's going to draft up 95 things that I don't like about the charismatic, seeker-friendly churches and post it on like TD Jakes' or Benny Hinn's, or actually I'm here in Atlanta, so I might do that with Pastor Jamal Bryant's church, but you know, I might end up in jail for vandalism or something like that. So you know, it's not a free-for-all. You know, I'm not living back during that time to where you could just do that freely. So anyway, I digress. Again, this is one of the reasons why I think that we should have these conversations, and we need to really start being honest with ourselves. And instead of always trying to find a way to attack the other side, let's just stop, pump our brakes, and start to talk about and be real with ourselves and to say, is there anything that I like about the other side? Is it all bad? Do I need to throw it all in the trash? Or can I be honest and say, I kind of like this about them? Because at the end of the day, if I'm a person and my job is to preach the gospel and I really do care for a person's soul, my goal is to be straight up and honest with them, and hopefully to be able to have some nice, decent conversations to where if I strongly feel that they're in error, I can come to them as a brother in the faith to let them know where their error is, and hopefully we can be able to sit down and reason together. And you know, you never know. Sometimes people's positions change. Heck, my position has changed plenty of times, and sometimes we do kind of have on our blinders because of the people that we're surrounded by or the way that we've been raised. So I think taking time like this is very important, especially in the body of Christ, especially when we have so many people that are trying to attack the body. I think that we just really need to just start being honest with ourselves. All right, so listen, that is the video. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. I mean, do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Whatever you guys got to say, just go ahead and post it down in the comments. And listen, I'm going to upload this video. Now, if you don't see it right now, okay, 24 hours by the time I do this video, I'm going to drop 5 things that I do not like about Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic churches. So anyway, y'all know my little spiel. Like this video, rate it, share it, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, so whenever I get ready to drop videos like this, especially the one that I'm going to be dropping tomorrow, you guys will be the first ones to see it. And as soon as I go live, you guys will get the notifications 30 minutes before I go live, and as soon as I hit that live button, so you guys will not miss any of my content. All right, with that, I will see you guys next time. Lord willing, peace. Hey, thank you guys for watching the video. Go ahead and hit that like button. And if you like this particular content, hit that subscribe button as well if you have not done so. Also, check out this most recent video that I've done right here, or check out some of these other videos that I've done concerning the same topic. All right, you guys have a blessed day.